Hello, Michael.
How you doing, Don?
I'm doing fantastic. And you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Um, so look, I mean, this is the Coach Conversation series. It's been, long overdue to have you on board here. Very excited to have you and share the lesson plans and strategies and things that you're doing with your clients. I mean, as you know, I check in with my clients and I ask how they're doing. And all of your clients, they've been extremely happy. And I can hear it in their voice when I have that call, because you go above and beyond. And that is what we're looking for in our coaches, to just go really above and beyond. And that could only happen when they actually care for their clients. Our clients will be watching this, coaches will be watching this. So the floor is yours, Michael.
Well, thank you. So you're talking about clients. You're talking about approach. The first thing you do with any client, and I think it's key for all of us to understand the difference between two words: fluency and language skills. Language skills, they can be picked up on an app with headphones. You're not going to pick up that many, but you'll pick up enough. What we do here is we help with people's fluency, and fluency is about communication. It's not just about language. So when we speak about business fluency, what we're really talking about is bringing comfort, good communication, actionable things that we can do for our clients that help them be more fluent overall in their world.
Mhm.
So what I do when I start is I ask I ask my clients kind of, where's your pain?
Mhm.
Where are the difficulties that you have in your business day or in your personal life? Whatever is you feel like it's holding you back. And the first one is always confidence, always.
Always.
So I try to remind the first thing I do with any client I have is to remind them that the English language was specifically created to mess up people who aren't native speakers because it has all these ridiculous rules and there's all these different pronunciation words. So relax. You're already a successful human being in your business, and you're already a person who is taking charge of your career and your life by getting on a one-on-one coaching call. Not everybody has 2 hours a week. These people are carving out this time to literally take charge of their own fluency.
Mhm.
So I like that with a confidence mindset. And you talked about going above and beyond. The reason why, I have to say, the reason why I wanted to be a coach here was recruited and applied, and of course met you and our head recruiter, is because of the difference between two words. I'm sorry, by the way, I am a writer, so I get very into words. The difference between an instructor and a coach. An instructor, I mean, listen, we can have people who get they get their certification. I can hold up a flashcard and this is the word of the day, and we can do it Sesame Street style. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not who we are. That's not the people who work here. I've talked to almost all of our coaches. We are coaches, which means you bring language skills, you bring life skills, you be an ear, and then you really be the person that someone can turn around and come back to and say, hey, I need some help.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
you've got it right. So it's the core difference that I see is teachers and instructors. They come in and they do the 1 hour and they're gone.
Yeah.
Um, what we're doing is exactly what you said. They lean on us, right? They trust us, and they're able to open up their business and their pretty much their life, um, because we're their coach and we're going to help them, right? We're on the same mission as you are. We want to help you achieve your goals, and not many people are out there that can do that, right? But you and our team of coaches um, are fulfilling that in a way where our clients really value that. So I think I want you to get into actually how you create that buy-in from your client, right? Because you, most of the clients that I've talked to, they say, Michael, I feel like he's my friend.
Yeah.
Right? And
They're my friends, brother. They really are.
very rare for that to happen, right? To create friendship and to develop that trust. But you do it so well and so quickly. So I want to know how you do that. Um, And if you can deep dive into maybe a case study with one of your clients and what you've done with them, that would be great.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the first thing, and it sounds like it sounds like an answer where I'm just actually tossing the ball back to our coaches, but it's the truth. You have to have the proper intention. What are you here for? Before I ever get on any session, before I ever start with a new client, but actually before each session, I take 5 minutes, I sit with myself and I say, what am I doing in this session and why?
Mm.
And it's because of the service. It's always service to the client. So it's having that solid intention. Now, to get much more specific with it, one of the things that I utilize beyond the intention is a technique called yes and.
Mm.
One of the things I found with our coaches, they're all extremely smart and they all have a lot to say, and that's fantastic. But the best thing to do in the first session is to utilize yes and. And it's a pretty simple technique. Whatever your client says, truly hear them, reflect it back to them, make sure they know that you understand you are listening, and then inquire for more information. You'll find yourself going on to all these different paths where what started as, oh yeah, I have trouble with my PowerPoints, or I have trouble on conference calls. Okay, that's so shallow. That's the surface. All of a sudden, you get deeper and deeper. You're in different pathways, and that really, honestly, that's what creates a better coaching model. But it also creates this friendship that you're talking about. I have a couple clients that I literally have to say 5 minutes into class, you and I could sit here and laugh and have fun together, but I got to work with you now. We just have so much fun that every once in a while I'm like, all right, I got to be the hall monitor for my own class. It's like, all right, brother, enough. You're funny. Come on, enough storytelling. But that's the technique. Inquire, acknowledge and reflect, and then request more information. Of course, add yourself to the mix with however you feel comfortable. You don't have to divulge a lot of information. Excuse me. One of the things, though, that I do with my clients, because of the breadth of my career outside of Donnelly and Company, I actually have experience in quite a few different areas. So I utilize the experience in different areas to talk about my experience, my troubles, my successes. I'll use that a little. That really connects you.
Mm.
And then one of the three best words you can say is, if a client is working on something you don't quite understand, you say, oh, I don't know. Can you send me something?
Mhm.
They feel like you're really invested. You know, I've gotten articles, YouTube links, and it's 5-10 minutes out of my day. What do I care? That's amazing to me, and I understand their world better.
Mm.
I can give you an example. I have a excuse me. I have a client who I've had now for, gosh, it's going on more than a few months, and the inquiry there, right at the beginning, I could see his language issues, you know, pronunciation, some vocabulary issues, but the number one thing was confidence. It was huge.
Mm.
So we worked a lot on utilizing that same technique. Now he's a manager of 50 people,
Mm.
and he's part of a team, a very major company that's a business solution company that's worldwide. And his parallel team, actually in America, they kind of working almost in conjunction, not working together, but kind of working on the same projects. The company went through an upheaval recently, and he had to basically tell his superiors in English why his team was the best.
Mm.
So we went through everything, his PowerPoint, just a few key phrases, things like that. But even more important is, after every session, at the end, I would say, brother, you got this.
Mhm.
And I am incredibly happy to say, and this happened this week, I'm not happy for the American group. The American group has been shut down, and he is now leading the key core tech engineering group for this company. And he's getting added resources and added people. So I had a session with him this morning, and our discussion was about change management. Now it's not about proving worth. It's not about presentation. Now it's like, okay, you're gonna have some new people in it. You gotta kick some more butt, brother. How are we gonna do that?
Yeah.
Along the way, I do a lot of correction.
Mm.
You know, we do our transcripts at the beginning. That's really helpful. But I also keep, just in my chat box or in a different file, little words and pronunciation things we can work on. because those are immediate action items that give you immediate wins.
Mm.
That's one of the reasons I know that my clients have really good sessions is because I don't say, listen, it's going to take a while,
Mm.
and it will take a while and a lot of hard work, but there's also immediate wins, new
Mm.
phrases, idioms, a better pronunciation. We all forget the Korean language is glottal.
Mm.
The English language is mouth dynamic.
Mm.
It's so hard. Why do you think there's pronunciation issues?
Yeah.
So I do all kinds of funny things with them too. I'll be like, okay, don't laugh at me, but hold on. I'm gonna stretch my mouth out and now slow down my diction and watch my mouth. And they laugh, but we practice that. Their pronunciation gets better. Their confidence gets better. Everything. I've seen so much improvement, and it's so gratifying, Don. I can't tell you that. There's a high I get
Mm.
right after a session when it's well planned, well executed, but I listen.
Mhm.
And if we veer off a little bit because that's what the client needs that day, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I get off with such a high, I just really did something of worth
Mhm.
for a client who deserves it.
Mhm.
These are people at the height of their professions. These are people who are literally unbelievably successful, but they have this, I've heard words like embarrassment, shame, things like that about their English language skills. They're doing business in a second language.
Mm.
So being able to help a person who is motivated, I have to say, I really do like all my clients are really good people. I'm really good people and really funny too. We have some laughs, but they're also talented to a point that they deserve this help. They deserve this service. Doing business in a second language sometimes can be a handicap. You're not presenting. I had another client who said the thing he hates the most is that he is smart, he's funny in Korean, but on his teleconferences with his English counterparts, they all think he's shy and really doesn't add much because he didn't feel confident in his business English skills to contribute. So we worked on everything from, again, language acquisition, but also personal messaging, personal branding. Who are you and how do we express that
I like
in
that.
English? And then some nuts and bolts of his business. But I have to say, this is one of my favorite stories. He's a golf nut, okay? And so are all the people that are on the teleconference, but he didn't understand their jokes.
Mm.
He didn't understand everything. So we actually had 3 sessions in which I explained Western humor,
Good.
sarcasm,
Yeah.
the joke of the no, like saying something that isn't true to get a laugh. And so we worked and worked, and he found the best joke. Everybody's talking about their golf scores, right? On the Monday call. And he goes, well, I shot a 0. And everybody laughs and they think he's making a mistake, right? And he made this funny joke. He's like, listen, I'm Korean. We know things that you don't because you're in the West, and in the East, we're far more in tune to our spiritual side. I don't even have to swing the club. It just goes in the hole. I shot a 0. So that's actually slang now in his company for someone doing a great job. This happened a couple months ago. Now, if someone does a great job, they're like, oh, yeah, he shot a 0. Yeah, she shot a 0 on that account. He's one of the guys. He's one of the group.
Mm.
That was a huge part of it, too. These moments are phenomenal. They're just phenomenal.
That's fantastic. Hold on a second here. If I can, what I like to do is, because there's so many gems and so many golden nuggets here, I want to reinforce them, and then we can go to the next one, because I know you have much more to share. What I'm getting from you here is that confidence is key, and as a coach, you're infusing that confidence organically, and clients, they benefit from it because they're speaking with their clients, their colleagues, their bosses, and they gain this confidence from you, right? Working together in partnership, and it affects their business and their career in a way where it's like they don't get that very much else. I mean, I listening to you, I'm actually learning myself here. I'll give you an example. I had a client call the other day, and I didn't know I was encouraging her until the end of the call, and she's like, "Don, thank you for encouraging me." And it struck a nerve because I didn't know I was doing that. But then I realized, wow, you know what? Getting any sense form of encouragement, whether it's verbal or physical cues, it means a lot, doesn't it? I mean, because think about it. I mean, when we're kids, we get encouraged a lot. Parents, teachers, mentors. As we get older and we enter the workforce and we're doing our own business and taking off on our careers, do we get encouragement? I don't know.
Yeah,
We need that. We need that. I guess reinforcement, especially when you're learning a second language. And I think you do it the best. I mean, your personality, your skill set, your leadership, and your expertise. You just do it so well, and that's why I think clients um, are so. What's that word I'm looking for? Drawn to you and able to create that buy-in from the beginning and form that friendship. Um, for the coaches that are listening, I think we should also do some sort of a lesson for the coaches on how to um, infuse confidence to our clients, right? Because clients need it. Everyone needs it, really. If you guys have that friendship, that trust, and they also respect your professional experience, they're able to listen to you, take your advice, and actually implement it into their careers, which, by the way, Michael, for clients that are listening to this, our coaches are that kind of people. We don't bring in just purely English teachers or students, graduates of a, undergraduate program. We have real, you know, experts. We have business professionals. We have leaders of their industries that are actually coaching our clients. So um, it's a huge value add, and that is a second point I wanted to make. Right, we're not restricted only to teach English here. Right, that's not a restriction. It's much broader than that. We're helping them with their lives, and English is just a step to where they want to get to, which is a leadership position or another job overseas or creating their own business. So that was the second point that I wanted to reinforce, Michael. Okay.
Let me step in on. Let me go to the second point first, because I literally have an MBA team with our coaches, because you're talking about my areas of expertise, and thank you. I am proud of my career. I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of what I know. It's information gleaned not just from school, but also from real life situations, everywhere from a network, a television network boardroom to a war zone. I'm very proud of that. But our coaches, I've talked to everybody, and they all have these areas of expertise, which is one of the reasons why we pair our clients so carefully. We give them an area of expertise. Because listen, I think I'm a great coach. I do, but I'm not a great coach for everybody. Mm-hmm. And you go through our roster of coaches and you see what these people do, what these people have done, what they do every day. And I think to myself, listen, can part of my contract be that I get a 1-hour lesson each week with each one of our coaches? And they can help me speak better and do all that, but I want to get their expertise too. This is an incredible group.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is the mix, because all of them have all this business experience, but they are also good teachers.
Yes.
It's just when you put those two things together, then you've got a coach. That's the difference.
Yes.
In terms of encouragement, I'd like to give a couple real specific strategies I use.
Good.
There's two things that I do. First is the long-term goal. And I have the client speak about their own long-term goals. And I have this nice little file here right on the side that I always bring up. And their long-term goals are X, Y, and Z. And then I keep a close eye, and every 4 to 6 sessions, I do a check-in. Let me give an example. I had a client, the first thing I did, he said, I'm having a lot of trouble being in a presentation, like sitting down and changing my brain from Korean to English. So he ends up with all these filler words. And you know what? Filler words are literally the indicator of a drop in fluency, for everybody from second language speakers to native speakers. Anybody who's ever heard anybody on most reality television shows. Well, what I really like is I like, like it's kind of cool. Like, and you immediately go, that person's dumb.
Yeah.
These guys aren't dumb. The men and women I work with are brilliant. The filler word comes from the brain going too fast and being too nervous. So I teach all these little techniques. If I ask you a question, repeat it. It slows your brain down, gives you time to give an answer. Take a beat between each word and speak very clearly. There's nothing wrong with having emphasis on every word, especially in the boardroom. Mm-hmm. So this one client, I had him do a 6-minute segment. Tell me about your company. And the poor guy, I transcribed it, and it was, I transcribed it, and I transcribed it with all the ums and ahs. It was really hard for him to see. In 6 minutes, I think he had over 50 filler words. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. So 4 sessions later, I said, okay, brother, we've been doing all this stuff. Time for you to do that again. Time for me to tell me about your company again. I clicked record. And he did the same thing, about 5 to 6 minute spiel. And I actually just took a pen and I hash marked every time I heard a filler word. After 4 sessions, he had 5 filler words in that 6. And he was like, get out. Really? And you could just see it. He almost wanted to end the lesson, go high five himself, whatever. I had another, it's a quick win. So you have the long-term goals and then you have a quick win. And quick win is making sure you have 1 or 2 lesson points in each session where you can really hear them improve, or you can help them with something that they will utilize right away. I have a client, she's wonderful. I love her. She's very big in HR. And I taught her the word tailored. It was just really interesting because we don't think of it. A tailor is someone who fixes your suit. But tailored means that something has been created specifically for someone. And in HR, that's huge, especially now. We're trying to tailor our work and our workflow to a variety of different people. That's part of the gig economy. I taught her the word, and she used it a couple of times, took a little bit to kind of explain and get past it, just a little bit lower level. And then at the end, I told her I was going to make breakfast for me and my significant other. And she goes, well, make sure it's tailored to her liking. Oh, nice. And then she started laughing, and I was literally like, yes, nice job. And she starts laughing. That's a quick win. Yeah. We have to remember what we're asking our clients to do is to get on the line with a quote unquote stranger. So inquire and become a confidant and an ally right away. We're asking them to get on the line for an hour and make mistakes the entire time and get corrected. That's so hard. So long-term goals are important, but make sure you have a quick win. Yep. Make sure you have 1 or 2 quick wins right in the middle of that session. So I'm really demonstrative. My clients laugh because I'm like, yes, nice job. Like I'll literally yell. I'll wake my dog up. Whoever you are, whatever your personality is as a coach, be authentic, but really let them know, boom, you got it. Yes. That's a quick win. And it keeps the confidence up. There's a huge difference between encouraging someone and praising. Praise can sometimes seem really hollow. Nice job. Done, nice suit. Good job. I don't know. Praising can sometimes feel just we're doing it by rote. But encouragement is actually having a plan, a quick win plan, a long-term goal plan, and then enacting it and really paying attention. Because once they reach it, the win becomes theirs. And that's such a key thing, man. Organic. Yeah, it's organic. The win is theirs. It's not ours. We've helped make it happen. I'd say that's probably the last thing I would really say about encouragement. Be humble and really make sure they know it's their wins. Because I've had clients say, thank you, I couldn't have done this without you. What will I ever do without you? Or things like that. And I'm like, no, it's not me. I'm good at what I do. I'm really proud of that. But in the end, it's about our clients. They work so hard. They're so intelligent to begin with. And so as long as they know they are responsible for their own success and they see themselves succeeding, that's a feedback loop that really feeds into your entire life. It does. It feeds into your entire life. When you feel like a successful person, your life in general will feel more successful. Your relationships will feel more successful. You wake up in the morning and instead of going, where's my coffee? You wake up in the morning and go, all right, let's rock it. Let's do this. You know, that's another favorite phrase. I have another client. He's a very high end developer. And he now says that's his first 3 words. When he gets up, he's like, let's rock it. And it's kind of funny because the first time I said, he was like, what? What are you saying? And I was like, I'm sorry, that's just my phrase. That's how I wake up. I go, let's rock it. Let's get to it. And he thought it was so funny. So that's what he says in the morning now. Let's rock it. Because there is nothing that can't be overcome or learned from. I don't care. I'm talking about anything in your life. Illness, a setback at work, a breakup, anything like that. All of these things can either be a success or contribute to a future success. That's really, if we get our clients thinking that way and help them, that's so much more than our word of the day is, you know, that is true coaching and that's true fluency.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to piggyback on that point you made about feedback loops. Huge. And you create enough of these feedback loops, what ends up happening is this confidence level that's organically built. It just rises up to a point where they will share their story to you, this humongous win, whether it's, again, small or medium or big. And I think that is the high that you're saying, right? Certainly for me.
Oh yeah.
When it's like they'll call you or they'll message you or they'll email you and they're just like, hey, look, I did this presentation the other day and I was not reading off a script. I was cracking jokes and I realized that then and there I made a huge improvement. And so thank you. It's all you know. It's phenomenal. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is. I think many of my clients ask me this. They say, Don, look, how is it possible that these business professionals, because payment-wise, they can be working at these big, huge companies and doing other things, but they're doing the work because they're able to help people and realize the impact it has on the people they're helping.
Our coaches really have seen a lot of success in their business lives. And I found the one through line through all of them is they're all service-oriented people.
Yeah.
And they're all people who at some point have a variation of this question. What did I do for the world today? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a question I ask myself actually in the morning before I even get rolling. It's like, all right, you want to be good at this. You want to be nice to this person. You want to love your job. You want to be successful. What are you going to do for the world today? Not for you. What are you going to do for the world? Because a lot of good comes to me already. Our coaches all seem to ask themselves some variant of that question. It's truly a service-oriented group who love these wins. Mm-hmm. And that's what sets it apart. I think you can find, and you're right? The hourly rate ain't high. That's okay. No one's getting rich. But if you just focus on the service part, then you're getting paid in ways that cannot be measured. And all of our coaches have that attitude. Mm-hmm. It's just remarkable to me. Like I said, I've never met a group of people with such a breadth of experience, such a high level of expertise, but that also have the same vision. And really, Don, it's the vision you started with. And so frankly, we're not going to hire you if you don't align with the vision, right? Mm-hmm. And the vision is service, English fluency. And we are a service-first company. That's it. We're not a company that's about, here's the rote lesson plan. No, it's serving the client, meeting the client where they are, and doing it. I've seen some amazing email exchanges between coaches and other clients where they're like, oh, and here's this thing you should read, and here's something else. And by the way, have a great day. All of this, where you just realize that these coaches truly care. They truly care. That's I think that's the rarest commodity in our world today. I really do. We're so out for ourselves. We're so like, give me the next thing, blah, blah, blah. Our attention spans are too short. Caring, like truly having care, authentic care.
Yes.
I think it's one of the rarest commodities. Our coaches all have it. It's
Yes.
kind of crazy. It's amazing. They all have it.
You know, Michael, I'm going to be doing more of these calls with you in the future, and I'm going to be bringing our newer coaches, and of course the coaches that have been with us for years. I'm talking 2-3 years.
Yeah.
This will be regular, and they're going to be sharing their expertise and their stories. But the one with you today, I really want to just cement this encouragement.
Yeah.
You shared very actionable strategies on how to do that. The long wins, the short wins, creating that buy-in from the beginning, being a friend, not a teacher, right? Building that real, authentic relationship with the client in ways where you're not just delivering an English lesson plan. It's broader than that. It's more extensive than that. You make it enjoyable. Um, you know, in Korea especially, the stigma attached to teachers is stressful, commanding, authoritative. And so it's a complete 180 when they're with us, isn't it? And
It's a complete 180. And I think the thing that you really see with our coaches is because they are that way, they get a return that they never expected.
of course,
And that's beautiful for both coach and client. There is nothing better than that high. It's like I killed it. I did a good job on this. You get a good laugh, a quick win for that. A long-term goal is met, and afterwards you go, "Wow, I did something today."
yeah,
That's amazing.
I think even if there are coaches or teachers that are not with us and they're watching this, I think it should be implemented. First of all, when like going back to your first point, know the mission, know the goal of what you're trying to achieve with the client. Really ask those questions. And our guys are smart. The clients are smart. They'll know if you're for real or not. By the way you're asking the questions, the way you're attentively, actively listening to you, and following up with questions that make sense. And so then the clients will open up to you. Maybe not right away, but in progression they will. And when they do, you're going to create that long-lasting relationship, really valuable, meaningful relationship. So it's really different with what we're doing. And you're a case in point, Exhibit A, because teachers just come in and they deliver a lesson, they talk about the news or the economy, and it's finished, it's over. Not many people do that out there, and we're saying, yeah, it's nice, you can do that, but we are actually deep diving into these clients' goals. We're figuring out really what they want and what they hope to achieve, and we come prepared. And we've got the team of just wonderful, amazing coaches that are with us today just to help, man. We're not getting rich off of this, but what we're getting rich off of is the high and the results that we see in our clients. That's it.
Yeah, and it's literally the best thing. You could not pay me enough money for me to give that up. To give up that high, forget it. It's worth too much. It's so good. Our coaches, because of their success in business, we're talking about high status, and in some, everybody has pretty high net worth. Some actually very high net.
Yeah.
It's just combining that with value oriented means you have a life that matters, and you have a life that matters more to your than just to your bank account, and to your your email signature with your title, blah blah blah. That's all important. I'm not saying it isn't. I happen to like status and money. I dig it, but keep the values in there. It's amazing that they have.
I agree, but I may be wrong, but what I'm thinking is they got to that position, they built that wealth and that life because they were value-oriented people. They were not chasing that; they were chasing value. I don't want to say chase, but they oriented their life towards value creation, right?
Yep. I absolutely agree with that. And that's the stuff that lasts. I mean, you see what's happened. See what's happened. Let's go back 10 years, '08, right? 11 now. The '08 crash, why did it happen? Because you didn't have value oriented people running these businesses. You had people that were just straight bottom line. When you combine the value orientation with the talent, then the status, the money, everything you get, first of all, it feels better. Second, it tends to last a whole lot longer.
Oh yeah.
And then you build on it and you have that best life, which is what we want to give to our clients too. They're already value oriented people, and we help them get more English business skills to create that lasting value. That's one of the things I hear every time. Why are you doing this? I always ask my clients why. What's your why? And I make sure to remind them.
Yes.
And it's never about, I want to be rich, I want the corner office. I've never heard that. I've heard, yeah, I want to get promoted, etc. But it's about family. It's about making sure that they optimize themselves, that they bring their lives up. That's value. That they are literally working with a value-oriented approach. So if we've got value-oriented coaches and extremely talented people, and value-oriented clients and extremely talented and smart people, yeah, boom, right there. You just made that. I'm literally mimicking your motion. Boom, right there. And you're actually, that's where real success happens. I think that's not the magic. There's no magic here. That's the amazing thing about this company. That's the vision, and that's what we enact right now. Literally, Don, you and I are talking, and there's someone, probably a number of someone's in our company, teaching a session right now,
Yeah.
coaching through a session right now. And someone's going, oh yeah, I get it. Come on. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I certainly think we're doing amazing work here, Michael, and I really appreciate what you're doing for our clients, also our coaches. And look, one last point I want to make before we get going here, because we want to keep this tight. You going above and beyond. What I do know from speaking with your clients, meeting with them for dinner as well, that's what I do. They rely on you on writing as well, don't they? I mean, they to share a very private email, a business email, or a presentation with really classified numbers. It's not easy to hand over, right? But you guys have that relationship. They trust you to a point where they have you proofread their emails. You give them exactly what they need with that, and they love it. That's one of the things that I got was I met with a client of yours, and I had a call with another client of yours a week ago, and they didn't know that when they were first started with you. You're pretty much, like you said, they're confidant. They rely on you so much. It's one of the things that they said was they can't see at this point their life without you in it. Huge. I mean, I don't want to even say that's a compliment, but that's just a tribute to the work and the care that you're doing with your clients. We want all of our coaches to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I can't see my life without them in it. And I think that's when you're talking about empathy, authenticity, integrity. If you don't have that, you can't fake it.
Yeah, I can't.
I actually have a client who's not active right now, very, very high up in one of the conglomerates. And he has like a 8-month window where he knows he was getting slammed. He's going to be traveling all over the world. He's like, let me take a break and then we'll come back. I said, great. I email with him once every couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And we're really just saying, hey, how are you? He actually doesn't, he's like, hey, I'm not in sessions right now. I won't bother you too much. Every once in a while, I'll ask for advice. But it's just more like, hey, this happened. This has been going on. Or, hey, remember that phrase we talked about? I used that the other day. Got to laugh. When you have a great coach-client relationship, it is a feedback loop between the coach and the client as well, where you create this value, this friendship, and then just think about it. I'm in the States, man. You are thousands of miles away, and we're creating connection that means a lot.
Hey, look, a lot of gems here, a lot of strategy, a lot of high value things here that was shared. I want our coaches to take that away and, of course, implement it with their clients. And I know there's a lot of we had a new batch of coaches that came in past month.
Yeah. All of them have been doing extremely well. Really good to see. Kind of charge them out of the gate, Our recruiting is high level. That's what I tell people too, because I help them get oriented. And I say, listen, remember this. You're not here because you got your certification. You are here because you are at this level of excellence.
Mhm.
And the men and women who work here go, okay, I got it. I know. I hear what you're saying. That's another thing with the company. It's pretty important for coaches to hear is that you are empowered to create your own lesson plans, to really stretch out, to really show what you can do as long as you're helping your client.
Mm.
So once you finish that inquiry at the beginning, this is the company to teach for.
Yep.
I don't need to read from a playbook on how to teach. I want to coach. That's what I want to do.
Yep. And we've got the perfect mix, like you said, we've got the clients that are extremely motivated, intelligent, smart, driven, leaders, and we are pairing them up with leaders, value-oriented people that really care for service and help. So yeah, welcome. If there's clients that are about to join us, we will welcome you. And if there's new coaches that are just about to join, we welcome you as well. But to all of our current coaches, thank you for your amazing service, because without you, it just wouldn't work. I have calls with your clients almost every week. So I'm in touch with pretty much every client. And it's been very consistent across the board. They're really happy. And yeah, look, Michael, thank you. All right. And any last remarks before we get out of here?
Yeah, no, really no last remarks except like you to say thank you to our coaches. I mean, truly thank you to our coaches. I'm in touch with all of them as well.
Yes.
And really regularly, they do an amazing job. Honestly, any of my clients that are watching this, thank you for making my day pretty much every day. I don't teach on, I don't have any sessions on Saturday. So it's 6 days a week. You're really making my day. So I thank you for that. And to other clients out there, thank you for everything you bring to our coaches. I hear so many stories about you all, and you're just inspiring people.
Oh, hey, look, one last thing. It's not a promo.
Yeah.
Maybe a plug.
A plug? Oh, we're going to plug? So I've got a new movie coming out on
Well, on March 30th, please mark your calendar. This is, of course, to our coaches and to our clients. We've got our offline event at the Four Points Hotel. The event's going to be fantastic. It's going to be an offline event. So everything is digital, by the way, right? Everything we do is digital online, but we want to also have a platform where it's offline, right? And we want to have that synergy, right? So clients, you'll get to meet me and my team of coaches. A few of our core members will be there at that event. So it's just going to be a great night. The 1 hour will be on, I'll be giving a lesson plan, things that I've been working with my one-on-one coaching clients, right? I've got 3 right now. But I'll be sharing like my insights and things I'm doing with them. And the last hour would be, networking. We've got, just like you said, like we've talked about, really high value people. These people are just great people. Honestly, every coach and every client, every interaction that I've had was, man, these guys are great. It's just very high quality people. So it's been what I wanted to do for a long time, is get everybody in a room, offline, meet, network, share. So that's on March 30th, Saturday, 5 p.m. And then after that, there's optional dinner. I'll be taking people out for dinner. So if people can join us for dinner, great. There'll be some drinks involved as well. But that's on the 30th, and that's my plug.
Nice. On the 30th, it's opening nationwide. Listen, good luck. Hey, Don, thanks so much for taking the time. It was great to talk to you.
Likewise, Michael. Thank you so much.
Okay. Have a great day over there.
All right. You have a great night.